This is one of the best parts of my morning routine is getting my body moving. So starting off with some facial tapping just to get the lymphatic system flowing for the day. I'm gonna get it going down my neck. And then I'm just gonna do like some more body tapping using my claws, my fist to move that same energy throughout my body. So on my chest, and then here. You can get in some shoulder lymph pumping or armpit lymph pumping. I've got my sad lamp going, so that's also making sure that I get that light in my eyes first thing in the morning. And you just want to get your body moving. So I've already had my room temperature water with Himalayan salt and lime. So I'm gonna move down my body, but that room temperature water is also gonna help to get my digestive system moving, which it has. All right, we're gonna keep tapping. So tapping down the body now. Hamstrings, you're gonna do the major muscle groups basically. All right. All down your legs, here at my groin, also in between your legs. Okay, so if you don't have time to do any sort of like yoga, maybe it's a quicker day for you, you've got to get out the door, this is something great that you can do pretty much on your way out the door. Just, you know, a minute to 2 minutes of tapping. And then you can also rub your hands together for about 30 seconds, 20 or so times. And you can smooth out your aura. Starting at your head, you're gonna run that energy, that warmth, smoothing out your aura for the day. So all the way. I know y'all can't see, but I'm going all the way down my body. Also gonna do some movement here in a minute in meditation because today is my off day, so I have a little bit longer to dictate or to designate to my morning routine, rising routine. So yeah, I've got some of my body moving now. I'm gonna do some, I think this is Tai Guang or Tai Chi movement, just getting the shoulder blades moving, helping to wake the body up. And I'm still looking in my side lamp while I'm doing all of this, or in that general direction, making sure that the light is hitting my eyes. That's gonna help with my circadian rhythm. So my body is aware that it's time to wake up. And because winter months, you know, we get less light during the day. So it's gonna help to combat any sort of seasonal sadness. All right, so now that I've gotten that part of my body moving, I'm feeling better, but I'm about to go ahead and start preparing breakfast, get my supplements ready, and then we're gonna move right into some meditation and stretching. But again, if you don't have time for that to designate to the stretching every morning, even just getting up and doing that kind of body movement to wake your body up is going to just benefit you throughout the day. Because right now our cortisol levels should be the highest when we wake up. So we're able to use that energy and get our day going. It's definitely gonna help if you are typically not a morning person, just to give yourself some type of rising routine so that you are waking your body up routinely every morning around the same time if possible, because it's also waking up your internal system, so your digestive system, your lymphatic system, respiratory system, cardiovascular system, everything. Okay, so definitely a good way to get your morning started. But I will be back in just a minute. I'm gonna go wake up my wife, and we're gonna probably come out here and stretch together. If not, she may get on the treadmill, or just depends. She has about an hour and a half before she has to leave for work. So yeah, I will check back in. Okay, guys, so next is breakfast, which is the most important meal of the day, if you ask me. So I'm about to, well, I've already fixed my oatmeal. Here, I'm gonna add some cinnamon because it helps to balance your blood sugar. And that is basically the goal of me eating breakfast pretty early in the morning. So after I stretch, I try to eat within 30 minutes to an hour of me waking up. And I also try to have a savory breakfast. Now, I know it's different for everyone. If you do not have any hormonal issues, then do you. If you fast for the morning, that's great. I prefer just fasting at night. So from about 8 p.m. until the morning. I'm trying to get better with that, cutting off the time to maybe like closer to 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. because it's just healthy for women. But there have been a lot of studies on intermittent fasting, and a lot of them are done on men or postmenopausal women, because fasting can definitely impact our hormones. And if you're someone like me who is working to balance their hormones, it's good to fuel your body in the morning with like a savory breakfast. Another thing I've started doing is, in addition to having a savory breakfast, what I mean by that is having protein, fiber, and a specific order, basically. So I'm gonna have my oatmeal with blueberries, and then I also have some prosciutto here, so that's giving me more protein. Normally I do a scramble. Y'all know I love a good scramble with eggs and like spinach, tomato, but I'm also gonna add a healthy fat to this morning, just because this is all I have. Our neighbors' chickens are not doing the best with eggs during the cold season, so I don't have eggs unless I go get them from the store, which is fine. I probably will because I just like to eat eggs for breakfast. So what I'll do with the prosciutto is I will add some cheese to it, some goat cheese, so I can get a healthy fat in. But another thing to do, or that I like to do, is go ahead and get my supplements in as well. So inositol is one that's great for helping to balance your glucose levels. And then I also have some collagen that I'm going to put into my coffee. But the most important thing is making sure that I have coffee after I eat. And that's another reason why drinking that glass of water in the morning can help to put something on my stomach so that I'm not consuming coffee right away, because that also can impact your glucose levels. And you want to get something on your gut lining before you put coffee on it so that your cortisol levels don't spike. So that's what I want to stay away from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have breakfast, coffee, and supplements in that order. So I just wanted to check in and say that. And then I'll pop back in with a few more tips and pointers for a rising routine. But most importantly, you're going to want to make sure that you're doing something that gets you up, that works for you, something that you know gets you focused for the morning, whether that's journaling, like you saw me doing some meditation, whether that's getting outside for a walk. And that's the other thing, my routine changes, you know, from week to week. It just depends on the mood I'm in, what phase of my cycle I'm in, because sometimes I have a more restorative morning routine with a lot more slow movement, kind of like you saw this week. I'm getting into my luteal phase right before my cycle, so that's also going to change some things, and it's going to depend on what I'm doing for the rest of the day. So whether I'm working out later in the day, like on my lunch break, or if I'm working out later in the evening, it just depends. So yeah, definitely find something that works for you, and go from there. Try little things at a time. If you're working on building a rising routine, just add one thing maybe every week, or one thing every 2 weeks, until you build up your routine, so that it has you feeling great in the morning and it lasts throughout your day. A lot of these things are gonna last throughout my day. The feeling of calm I get when I stretch my body, move my body, is going to last throughout my day. So that's why it's important to cultivate this type of routine, just to get in the habit of prioritizing mental health, physical wellness, good healthy breakfast that's going to also carry into your day. Because if I stuff a cinnamon roll into my mouth right now, I'm going to want to eat sweets all day, and that's what we want to stay away from, is those glucose spikes. And I'll come back with some more pointers on how to manage PCOS in another video. But I've also started drinking apple cider vinegar before or after my meals to help balance out those glucose levels and avoid such a high spike. But yeah, we'll talk more about that later. I'm gonna go ahead and eat breakfast. Got my prosciutto, little goat cheese, and oatmeal, and then I'm gonna make my mushroom coffee. And that is going to also just help with focus throughout the day, mental clarity, and reducing inflammation, because it's got like reishi and turkey tail. And then of course the collagen is great protein. I want to start trying to do bone broth in the morning as well, but we'll get there. I will be back. I'm gonna go ahead and eat. Peace. Okay, so real quick, a rundown of my supplements. I've got one for boosting progesterone, some for liver detox, got something, oh excuse me, magnesium. I used to take vitamin D in the morning, but now I just take it at night. What else? I've got omega-3s. I have a stress support supplement, and I want to say that's it. Yeah, one for estrogen detox as well. So liver detox, estrogen detox kind of go along the same lines, because for me, again, the goal is to balance my hormones. So going ahead and detoxing my liver is the best way to make sure that my body is not holding on to extra estrogen, which can be a big problem for a lot of women during their cycle. Is when their estrogen peaks, their body doesn't get rid of it, enough of it, when the estrogen drops. And so right there during PMS, you're going to have estrogen dominance, which leads to more PMS symptoms like tender breast, and things like that, or bad cramps. So these are the supplements that I'm taking right now. I'm still on my plan with the functional medicine doctor, and I will be able to basically, you know, move on to taking less supplements, because these are high dose supplements and it's not good to take those for a prolonged period of time because they can lead to free radicals in the body, and those are not good. So yeah, just making sure that my body is staying detoxed while I take this, by sweating a lot, by making sure I'm doing my lymphatic draining and my castor oil packs to make sure my liver is detoxing excess hormones. So that's my little spiel. About to take my supplements, just finished breakfast, and then I'm gonna make my coffee. Cheers.